Hi everyone, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading today that is for Sun, Moon and Risings. If it doesn't resonate with yourself, then please take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. I hope you like your messages today. If you do, please like and subscribe to the channel and you'll get updates every time that I put new content on the channel. Okay, let's get into the reading. Hi, this is a collective reading for Pisces, and this is for those Pisces. Oh, I don't know what the collective term for Pisces is. Somebody pop it in the comments for me. I've got no idea how you would refer to Pisces as a collective, or not collective but plural. But yeah, so for the collective of Pisces, this is for those of you that are going through a separation. Today is the 18th of June, so hopefully when it falls into your feed is when it should be relevant for yourself. However, it could be past, present or future. As it is a collective reading, it will not resonate for everybody, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so let's get into it. Spirit, can we please have some cards for Pisces that are in separation at the moment? Can we get some cards for the current separation that Pisces finds themselves in? And they're deciding to give you 2 cards for everything at the minute. Just 1 card per slot, please, Spirit. Okay. Okay, so the overall energy of the read, we've got the 4 of Wands in the reverse, which is suggesting that this may have once been a very happy union, a very happy partnership, but it is now very disrupted. Somebody is feeling very trapped, potentially, not in a very happy mood at all. When it's in the upright, it's usually celebrations and joy and union, stability in a relationship. When it's in the reverse, it's completely the opposite. So you don't feel stable, you don't feel happy, you don't feel passionate, you just feel stuck, completely trapped. You might even be stuck indoors. Maybe you're in lockdown somewhere potentially, or you might have a young child and you've now stuck at home being a single parent, but you're just feeling completely trapped and isolated. Now, in the why did this happen, we've got the Strength card in the reverse and we have a 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. So somebody was being very cowardly, not sure what quite over, but they got no self-control, potentially feeling very powerless as well. It could be physical weakness, just lack of resolve, and it could be that they were letting their ego lead them, and driving them to do whatever they wanted. We've got a 3 of Pentacles as well, which is suggesting that somebody just didn't want to work in a relationship. They didn't want to work as partners. They'd rather be on their own. Yeah, it's a pretty horrible thing to see to start. So your Strength card is Leo then, so you've got the potential that the person that you may be dealing with is a Leo. Yeah, so somebody just wasn't feeling it. Somebody was lacking a lot of confidence in the relationship in a whole and potentially themselves, and they just weren't willing to work on it. So we get some clarification. So we've got the Temperance as a challenge. So somebody was finding it really challenging to find a balance and harmony in this. Potentially, so we've got an 8 of Cups that also came out to the side. So it could potentially be that your person, either you or your person, may have still been hung up on something from the past. Now, it doesn't have to be a past relationship. It could have been something from the past in general. We've got Queen of Wands that's also come out on the side. So it could be past behaviours that somebody was unable to get away from, and they were feeling a bit stuck, and then were just unhappy because they couldn't work out how to move away from bad behaviours in order to, or walk away from whatever it was in order to move forward. This Queen of Wands again in a challenge position, so it's again somebody lacking a lot of confidence, somebody that just wasn't feeling attractive, potentially as well could have been very jealous of other people, especially if they're not feeling attractive. It could be, as silly as it could be, they could have had a lot of damage from past relationships, which put them in a very self-deprecative manner. So they might lack a lot of self-confidence, and they're struggling to get out of it, and they've just kind of, they're lacking the strength to grow with it, and they've just thought, what's the point? And they're just going to hang in that towel. So the Queen of Wands there, you've got Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Not sure why I went to go and say Taurus there. And you've got Temperance there, which is Sagittarius as well. So you've got a lot of fire energy so far at the moment. Now, in what healing can be done for you? So we've got the Tower card in the upright, and we have a King of Wands. Now, that Tower card doesn't necessarily mean it is something bad, but it is suggesting that you need to pretend that you might need to relook at something in your life. So something needs to be stripped down to its foundations, and rebuilt. Now, whether it is you that may have been lacking a lot of confidence, and you need to be someone that, goes back to work out why it is that you're lacking that confidence, and dealing with that, and then rebuilding your foundations and rebuilding yourself up stronger and more confident. Or whether it's that you look at, something else as to why were you attracted to somebody with that self-confidence issue. What is it that you actually want? Now, you have got this King of Wands here as well, which is somebody who is very, very confident. They're bold, charismatic, loyal, stands up for others. So it's suggesting that, that you potentially may need to look at those traits and be more like that King of Wands, and stand, going for what you want, potentially. And now you have got an Ace of Wands to clarify that. Can we get some more clarification cards, please, Spirit? And I know that is in the reverse. We've got 3 of Wands in the reverse as well. We just had a wheel turn around, and what's this that popped out? Okay, so you've got a 2 of Cups that come out in the challenge position that just slid out of the deck. So we've got this Ace of Wands then in the reverse. So it is suggesting that somebody's lost excitement for life. That's not even an Ace of Wands, that's a 3 of Wands. So this Ace of Wands, somebody's lost the excitement for life. I'm assuming that's you. Potentially, if it is something where you are feeling very insecure about things, I can understand why you might be feeling a bit of, not really feeling much. It's like you're lacking opportunity, or you feel like you're lacking opportunities for adventure and excitement, and all the meaning's gone out. So this is, it's telling you to take, be that king and grasp what opportunities come to you. We've got this 3 of Wands that came out in the reverse again. That's suggesting, there was an unequal partnership. Plans had been delayed for you. So yeah, that King of Wands as well is somebody that, he's a go-getter. He goes out there and gets what he wants. So you may have had these things that have made you, lose the lust for life as such, and not want to move forward with that drive. But this is suggesting that you need to come out with that. Now, the Wheel came out in reverse, which is suggesting that you have got a lesson that you haven't learned yet. So you need to do some deep diving to work out what it is exactly that you need to heal from. Now, this 2 of Cups slipped out to the side with that Wheel card. So that, to me, would suggest that it is something to do with a relationship. So it's either something to do with this relationship or something in the past. So it looks as though it could be very much of a relationship where you may have felt, you know, where you've had a big falling out, possibly that you were feeling alone in that relationship. And it could very well be down to a third party, potentially a Queen of Wands, which could be very much somebody that they may have left you for, which again can leave you feeling, you know, quite low and depressed and possibly hating on yourself. I could understand it. You know, if somebody's left you and you think, why are they better than me? And that's going to put you in one of those moods where you know, you might struggle to get out of it. But this is suggesting, you know, that this is a challenge for you, and it is something that you need to, you know, address and look at. So that's very likely what is causing you that all of these issues that you're having, of why you feel that you've, because if you're not feeling good within yourself, you know, and you feel like you're just being left out all the time, I can understand why you might have lost a lust for life. If you feel like, what's the point? Because, you know, I'm just being left out. Nothing's going my way. No one wants me. But that's not the way to be looking at it. And it's very much of, you need to understand why you're in that mindset. Why do you feel like that? What caused you to feel like that? And then working out at what point did that start? What can you do to change it? And yeah, build up yourself. Start loving yourself. Stop expecting other people to make you happy, and you know, put that love into yourself that you were willing to put into other people, or try and put in other people. And love yourself, and you probably find that this wheel will then turn in the right direction. Now, your chances of reconciliation. So we do have a Queen of Wands. So it's not bad. That Queen of Wands is somebody that is very sexy, very confident, gets what she wants. She's fearless. But I'm assuming that's when you've done this healing. Because unless you're fearless, unless you're becoming a Queen of Wands, you know, and you're feeling that confidence and sexiness and, you know, having that magnetic personality, if your person's walked away because you're lacking it, because you're not feeling it, and you're hating on yourself potentially, you know, I mean, they must see you as this. Obviously, the Queen of Wands are, how do I put, not wands. Queens are not necessarily females. They can just be personality traits. Okay, it's gender's fluid in tarot, but you're embodying, they see you as embodying this Queen of Wands energy. They see you as sexy and confident and magnetic and fearless. You need to feel it yourself. We've got a King of Wands coming out on top of that. So that's a divine counterpart. It's like you're meant to be together. You've got this Judgment card as well, which is somebody needs, you know, making a big decision with clarity. And we've got an Emperor. That Emperor wants to take charge. He wants to lead. He wants to rule. He wants to help. So to me, I mean, the Judgment card as well is a card of reconciliation. So I can see this reconciling. I can see this working for you. Now, what you have got in the challenge position is we've got this Hierophant in the reverse. So potentially one of you may be married and needing to divorce. It could be that you are married to each other and that you're currently going through a divorce. It could just simply be that one of you is lacking a lot of faith in anything, and that you need to do some healing, potentially find your spirituality of some form to help you get through. Spirit, can we get some clarification on this Hierophant, please? So we've got 4 of Pentacles then. So it's releasing something. Again, we've got a Tower. So maybe that's what it is that you need to break down as well. Maybe it's something to do with religion and faith. And we've got a 4 of Cups in the reverse and a 5 of Cups in the upright. So you've got a good few 4s on here as well. Might be worth looking up some of these reoccurring numbers, because you've got 3 4s out so far, and you've got a few 5s out too. You might have, oh no, we've got 4 4s, Pentacles, Coins, Cups, and the Emperor. So you might have some messages from your angels and spirit guides that you may need to look at. And obviously we've got 2 16s with your 2 towers. So yeah, so we've got, like I say, you've got this 4 of coins, suggesting that, you know, somebody needs to release something. So whether it is to do with money or whether it is to do with a relationship, somebody needs to release something, potentially be generous with money, be a bit giving, or be more given to a relationship. Appreciating that things are not always bought with money. So if you're, you know, lacking finances, you know, looking at, you know, appreciating the little things in life. We've also got this Tower card, so it's definitely suggesting that something is going to be a challenge to be looked into, to be brought down and rebuilt, potentially to do with his faith, because that's now, yeah, you've got, is that twice with the Hierophant? No, it's not. But you've got the Tower card twice at least, so potentially your Tower from up here, so healing that could be a bit of a challenge to this reconciliation. That's why I was suggesting earlier that, you know, this reconciliation is going to be after your healing, because this is a challenge. This is something that you need to deal with before that reconciliation can happen. You've got this 4 of Cups in the reverse, which is suggesting that somebody has learned a lesson and they can see what it is that they want. They can see what's good for them, but they need to be paying attention to it. So it's, you know, being present is also a bit of a challenge and a blockage because of this 5 of Cups, which is somebody that is feeling loss. Now they know that not everything is lost, because you've got some cups still standing up, you know, but it's the fact of they need to go and pay attention to the cups that they haven't lost, which, you know, that's all part of that challenge and that blockage to reconcile. They need to see what's there, what's still there, and rebuild from it. You know, if it means going back to the beginning and rebuilding from the foundations, that's what's got to be done. Now, feelings of your person. We've got this Queen of Cups in the reverse. So they are feeling a bit cold at the moment. They're very cut off from their emotions, and they are not in tune with other people at all. So your person's got a lot of healing to do too. They currently can't look after other people. So it could even be that your person has got some serious issues that they need to get over. You know, it could be that they are the one that needs to work on something as well. It's very likely that both of you have got things that you need to work on to do with your emotions. So that's clarified by the 6 of Wands, the Hermit card, yeah, and the Hangman. So yeah, so to that, at the moment, they've currently got this 6 of Wands as a challenge, which is, you know, fame, recognition. It could potentially be that they don't feel that they are appreciated. They don't feel supported. They don't feel like they're getting the credit that they deserve. So it could be that they put a lot of effort into the relationship and they just don't feel like they're getting any form of credit for it. It could very much be that they've given up putting effort in. That might be why that 3 of Pentacles is there and they've walked away, because they've got fed up potentially of putting so much effort into the relationship and they've just emotionally shut off from it. It could have been very much that they were putting a lot of effort into it. They might have seen you as being a bit of a taker in the relationship, and now it's time for you to give back. You've got the Hermit card as well for them, which is suggesting that they are currently isolating themselves. They are feeling like they need to do some introspection and some healing. So they are seeking truth within themselves. They are trying to do that introspection and that healing. They are retreating completely, seeking their inner truth to work out what it is that they actually want. We've got this hangman as well, which is suggesting that they're also feeling very stuck. So it could be that, you know, they've gone into this hermit mode, but they're a bit stuck at it because they need to look at things from other points of view, potentially. It could very well be that they may just... Then it's like they're trying to do some introspection, but they're looking at it from like a narrow point of view. So instead of potentially looking at it as from an outsider perspective or from your perspective, they're just kind of seeing things from their own perspective at the moment, and it's kind of this, they're just stuck because they've not quite grasped what they need to just yet. Now, in guidance for your current situation, we have this High Priestess as a challenge, which is suggesting that you need to, or that you're struggling at the moment with following your intuition, and potentially even planning and keeping things secret. So it might be something where you need to keep what you're doing a little bit secreter, or not secreter. You might need to put some secrecy behind what you're doing, keep things to yourself. You've got this Four of Pentacles again in the reverse, suggesting that you need to release something. You know, you need to be releasing things, giving freely to things. If it's something where you weren't giving freely to a relationship previously, it might be that you need to give freely. It could very well be that you need to give yourself love that you may have been hoarding for somebody else. And yeah, you need to start appreciating things a bit more as well. You need to start appreciating those little things in life. You know, it's a silly thing to say, but it's like getting up in the morning and listing 3 things that you appreciate. You know, like, I'm glad I've got a roof over my head. I'm glad I've got food in my belly. You know, that kind of thing. You know, you appreciate the birds singing in the morning, kind of. And weirdly enough, starting to appreciate little things like that will make you feel a lot better. Okay, so they're all clarified then by... So we've got the 5 of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. So along with that guidance, so we do have this 5 of Swords then, which is suggesting that you might be anticipating some conflict, which is potentially why you need to act with more secrecy, because then you can't have people slandering you, because the 5 is also people... Yeah, it's like people slandering, gossiping, kind of trying to be unfair. And, you know, it's... You get the nosy neighbours that are all gossiping around, trying to say, oh, you know, this person's doing this and this person's doing that. It's, you know, if you do things a bit more, keep things to yourself a bit more, you kind of cut down on the amount of gossip. It's like trying to keep yourself out of that conflict, trying to keep away from the drama as well. You've got this Knight of Wands in the reverse, suggesting that, you know, you might be running out of energy. You might be feeling tired. So if that's the case, you know, take that time out, take some rest, rejuvenate yourself. Try not to do things too quickly. And have integrity when you're doing it as well. And then we've got this 9 of Coins. Now, the 9 of Coins is somebody that is feeling a loss of security, and acting a bit wild. I don't think it's quite telling you to do that, but it's going along with, you know, how do you put it? It's more of where you may have been stuck and you've lost that lust for life. This is finding it again. Maybe acting a bit more what do you call it? Impulsive, to find things that excite you. You know, doing things that you enjoy, to get yourself out there a little bit more, and take some time alone and assure yourself, you know, become a bit more self-assured. And I don't care if you've, I mean, it is, I mean, the Nine of Wands as well is somebody that's, she's got a lack of refinement as such. She's not got much money. She doesn't care if she's got the best designer gear on. She doesn't care if she's got her hair up in, you know, or got her nails done or whatever else. So if you're somebody that is very obsessive over how you look, you know, this is suggesting just let it go. You know, you don't have to get up at an hour earlier every morning to make sure that every hair's in the right place. Just enjoy yourself as you are. Love yourself as you are. And I'm assuming that you very well might be doing a lot of stuff to yourself to try and make yourself feel better. Potentially, especially if you've gone through a lot of heartache and you've lost a lot of self-confidence, you know, that you might be covering yourself up because you don't love yourself. But this is suggesting, no, stop doing that. Learn to love yourself. Learn to find things that you really enjoy. And just let your hair down. You don't have to be perfect. You know, people don't love you because of what you look like. They love you for your heart. They don't love you because of, you know, what clothes you're wearing. If people do that, it's not the clothes, it's not you that they love, it's your money that they love. You know, this is suggesting love yourself. Find what you want to do, what you love, what makes you happy, and start pouring that time and into yourself, that time and the effort into doing what you want and what you love, and start loving yourself. I mean, if it's something where you love doing your hair and your makeup and you're getting your nails done, then by all means carry on doing it. But it's just saying you don't have to have it done all the time, you know? You're allowed to go out with a bit of chipped nail varnish. It's not the end of the world. I know some people where that really would be the end of the world. Right, so we're going to get some confessions of the dark soul, or dark confessions of the soul now, and see if your person has any other messages for you that they're currently not able to share. Now I will give a bit of a trigger warning for these, so you might want to skip forward, because I do find some of these a little bit dark. So Spirit, can we get some dark confessions of the soul for the person that Pisces is dealing with? What is it that they would like to tell Pisces that they currently can't for some reason? No, that's too many cards jumping out at once. It likes to chuck out the same ones over and over for you. Right, so we've got a lot of cards here. We'll do them. It's not going to hurt. Right, so I feel unbalanced and uneasy. I do not know what to do to fix it. I pushed you away because I do not want responsibility. I know that you may not feel for me as I feel for you. I tried to run from this connection, but my soul craves you. That's them wanting you as that Queen of Wands. I've lost faith in you and cannot see a future with you anymore. It's too late. I've moved on and I do not wish to reconnect. My mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. I cannot be vulnerable with you. I'd rather hide in the darkness before I let you see inside of me. And I don't want to be contacted right now. I wish to be left alone. So like I say, some of those are a little bit triggering. Now, not all of them are obviously going to be anything that you've done. A lot of it can just be because they might be feeling a bit mixed up. So anything where you might be feeling, you know, like you celebrating, or it can potentially trigger them. They might, you know, this, you may not feel for me as I feel for you. You know, it might be that they don't feel that you love them, but they could be very much in love with you. You know, my mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. That's that Queen. You know, that is it, Queen of Swords in the upright for them, not Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups. They've got no feelings at the minute, so they're hiding everything to pretend that they're okay. That goes with that. They feel unbalanced. It's the same thing. You had that Two of Pentacles as well. Somebody unbalanced, trying to juggle things. You know, them feeling out of balance. So yeah, can't be vulnerable with you. They'd rather hide in the darkness, but that's because they can't. They've got no feelings at the minute. They're closed off. But yeah, so I mean that I tried to run. No, where is it? I have lost faith in you and can't see a future with you anymore. That doesn't mean anything bad for you. It could just literally mean that, you know, they've lost their faith. Remember that Hierophant in the reverse that kept coming up? I say kept coming up, he come up once. You know, that's somebody that's lost faith and they can't see a future because they don't know how to come back from it. They don't know how to get there. But like I say, that reconciliation card is showing me that, you know, there is a good chance of reconciliation here when people have done their healing. Okay. So let's get some Moonology Oracle cards as well, please, Spirit, for any other messages that may need to be conveyed to Pisces. Can we get some Moonology cards? I need to stop leaning on the desk every time I'm shuffling. I realise that it makes all my setup wobble, so I do apologise. Right, so confidence is your key to success. And we know that. We've seen that. Have faith in your dreams. A time for healing. Yes, it is. And communication is key. Okay. Right, well, I hope that has helped some of you Pisces out there that are currently going through separation. Good luck and thank you for joining me.